You don't want to know the number of people that were ready to listen, but we'll between us, we'll look for another spare time that he has that we can talk about this. The opportunity this gives really is to talk about the latest news that is in town, and that is the passing away of Pa Adebanjo, who died yesterday at the age of 95. I tried to make some attempts to see if I could talk to any of his children this morning, but it's quite fresh, and I think everybody will be running around looking for this and for that. It's a sad one, even though it's 95. I mean, at 95, you can't say the evil have done their worst or anything. Like I told one of his son-in-laws yesterday, by now he should be pricing the cost of cows and stuff like that. And then he told me that, well, I should go bring my own cow. That I didn't even know that because I never met Pa Adebanjo. I mean, one-on-one, never met him, but that occasionally he would say, what Kini Jimi Soleni, and so on and so forth. So I felt so honored when I heard that. I have some papers here that have reported his passing away. The Guardian, for example, uses a headline here. It says, the exit of unrepentant Awois, rights activists and political advocates. And they used Baba's quote. He said, I would like to remember for service to my God and as a very consistent political advocate. Since I joined the Action Group in 1951 as a youth, I have never been identified with any other political party. I started with the area council in Lagos, then I joined Egbe Omo Oduduwa, and when the AG came into existence, I was one of its early members. My regrets today are that I should be resting now and enjoying myself all over the world by going on holidays. But unfortunately, I'm still in the trenches because those things I was fighting for have not been achieved. So instead of resting, I am still in the battle. Politically now, I should be watching those who are doing it. But unfortunately, all the simple things that were achieved under Chief Awolowo as a result of a socialist policy have been frittered away. And that quote was taken from his biography. You all know he fell out with the... Would I call it felling out? Or at least Ferry was split down the line. He headed one side and Pa Fashanwati headed the other. One of the main issues, I think, was the issue of the Tinubu presidency, and he believed, like I believed, that for Nigeria to move on, it would have been much better if the current president had come from the eastern side of the country, because I believe that if you don't, we've had north, we've had south, we've had west twice now, we've had south. I believe that to complete the whole, and then we can start from ground zero, the East is hanging out. And therefore, he was known to be a very strong supporter of Peter Obi till he died. One, because he believed in what Peter Obi said and could do. And secondly, he believed that, like I do too, that if we can get the president to come from the East, maybe things would have gone around and then we'll be able to settle down a bit. But like he said, he was in the trenches till he died. And President Tinubu, in spite of the opposition they had to each other, paid a very nice tribute to him. That is in The Nation. And the headline says, Ayo Adebanjo, 1928 to 2025. He was a father figure despite our political differences. And that is what the president had to say in a statement. He said that this is what the president said: with a heart full of gratitude for his selfless life spent in the service of God, nation, and humanity, we announce the passing. Oh, that statement is by the family. I'm so sorry. Where's the president? I can see Buhari's here. Okay, the story here says that the president extended condolences to the family and let us take solace in the enduring legacy of a man who dedicated his life to the service of others. Buhari described it as a immense national loss. President Obasanjo says that in his own tribute, described the late Adebanjo as a great man, a committed nationalist, and an effective representative of his people. Who else do we have there? My friend, Governor Gbenga Daniel, he expressed sadness over the death of the Nigerian and Afenifere leader, describing him as old owl stock in Yoruba land. He shared this on his Twitter. Daniel said, "It's sad to hear the news of the passing of one of our great leaders in Afenifere, one of the last titans." And Governor Abiodun described the death of Pa Ayo Adebanjo as the end of a glorious era. A coalition of united political parties described the late Afenifere chieftain as an exemplary patriot. And a statement signed by the spokesperson of CUPP, Mark Adebayo, said the coalition received the news of Adebanjo's death with shock and submission to God. For 95? At 95, I think it's a glorious exit, if you ask me. The nation also, and you know the origins of the nation, but they did a very a full-page story on the life and times of an irrepressible Aoist. What other tribute do we have here? The Punch doesn't play it up that much. They just give it in one corner on their front page and say, Tinubu ex-presidents pay tribute as Afenifere leader Adebanjo dies at 96. The Vanguard talks about how he died at 95. Let's go to page 5 of the Vanguard and see what's playing up there. Let us see how Pa Adebanjo died. And the story starts by saying that exactly 55 days to his 96th birthday, he passed on yesterday. And the story says that he had been sick for some time, but we have been managing it. That's what a member of the family said. I said at a point in time he stopped eating, but only took liquid. He died peacefully in his sleep. I think it was just time, and then he went quietly. His children said that he died fighting for the truth. Announcing his death, his children in a statement said Adebanjo died on the morning of Friday, February 14, at his residence in Lekki. He died peacefully this morning at his Lekki, Lagos home at the age of 96. The statement reads, "We will forever cherish his commitment to fighting for truth, equity, and justice. His belief and struggle for a truly independent and progressive Nigeria was total, and this he fought for until he breathed his last." Like I said earlier, President Tinubu is quoted to have saying that we will miss his principled voice and decades of political activism. Pandef said that they will mourn a great titan of our nation. Jonathan also has issued he described him as a symbol of courage and resilience. And Makinde has said that an Iroko has fallen. The question to those of us left on this earth is that when you do pass on, what will people be saying about you? Even though they say that they don't talk ill about the dead, people can decide not to talk about the bad things you do, but to keep quiet. What it just shows is that no matter how long you stay on the planet, on the earth, and no matter how rich or poor you are, and no matter how long you live for, this particular day, a day like this, will always come. And like they will always tell you, the imams will tell you, and the pastors will tell you, on that day when you get that tap on the shoulder, that your flight is leaving, where will it find you? What will it catch you doing? You know, the funny thing about death is that he can pay his own visit at any time. Some whilst they're eating, he caught up with Awolowo whilst he was shaving. And some supporters of Awolowo said that when they saw the picture of him just after he died, they said Awolowo was able to do a victory sign. And I don't know, I was in those days we didn't have much of the social media, but some of his supporters said he was able to do a victory sign. So that's what we have mainly in the papers today concerning Pa Adebanjo. And there's a story here that says that APC presidency under Buhari and Tinubu is a disaster. And that is what Bugaje has said. Now let me see. There's a story on page 20 of the Vanguard. And it has. I really don't like to do these stories, but well, news is news, and one just has to tackle it as much as possible. If it was, I wish that we would leave people to sort out their differences, in all honesty. But it's in all the papers, so and I can't avoid it. I can't pretend that I didn't see it. And that has to do with the Tubaba, with the marriage drama. And his mom has made an uncomplimentary statement about him, which I'd rather not identify with. She made a video. I don't know why people feel that the solution to their problem is to go making videos in the social media. It doesn't solve anything. In all honesty, you're just providing entertainment for certain persons, income for certain persons, people to make, I've always said that keep your life out of the social media. When it's good, keep your life out, because when it's good, once you flood the social media with stories of your life, you're inviting them to come and take a look-see and see what is going on. But the drama is on. I heard that yesterday it was said that there was something to the effect that, maybe his family has declared him missing and so on and so forth. I took that with a pinch of salt, and I think that could be preparatory to some legal things they might want to get together. But he will sort himself out, in all honesty, and is not in my place or anybody's place, for that matter, to start taking advantage of it. And I don't particularly like that kind of I never liked it, that kind of journalism. I never really liked it. But just those who love him, just pray that it's sorted out. The Yorubas have a proverb that says that Tanto de Lari, some people cases are 10 times worse than two faces on. But that's what you get. But my advice again to you is when you're having your birthdays and things, don't invite. When you want to invite people into the social media and they enter the sphere of your space, that's it. You're as good as gone. Then there was a bomb that I saw the news yesterday. I didn't mean that there was a bomb that exploded. I mean a bomb news. And the news is that the embattled Lagos lawmaker Mudashiru Obasa has exercised his rights as a citizen and approached the court to challenge his removal as the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Which makes it, some people have suggested that he's not going to go down without a fight. And I think with his going to court, that has been proven. Now, in the Punch on page 9, it talks about, the story says that the lawmaker attacked the assembly and the new speaker, Mojisola Miranda, before a state high court in Ikeja, claiming the lawmakers were wrong to have removed him when the assembly was on recess. And his counsel, Chief Afolabi Fashanu, SAN, sought an order from the court for an accelerated hearing of the suit. You all know the story of Obasa and the things that have followed. I personally, on the social side, I wonder what the speaker would gain. But it's within his rights, in all honesty. In situations like this where majorities say they don't want you, legal or not, you could make the point, yes, it hasn't been done legally. But after 10 years and all the other circumstances that go along with it, I think he just wants to prove the point that it was illegally removed. And like I said, it's within his rights. We are going to open up our line soon, so be ready to call in. Reps Binance chief trade wars over 150 million bribe allegation. The head of financial crime at cryptocurrency, Binance Tigran Gambayan, who spent many months in a Nigerian detention facility over alleged corruption, has identified 3 Nigerian lawmakers who allegedly demanded a bribe of $150 million from him. You remember he was arrested and detained by the Nigerian government, which had accused his firm of perpetrating money laundering acts in the country. He was released after the charges were dropped following the intervention of the United States government, and he's been spilling the beans. You get some of the story in the newspapers and some in the social media. I can't give you details of that at this point here, because these things you got to be very careful. You remember the story of the hotelier who sodomized some young kids? Well, the father of one of the kids says that that Lagos hotelier must restore the sanity of one of his children, of his son. You remember one of them has had some difficulties since that incident. What's the time? 9:17. Okay, get ready. We'll soon take calls from your lines will soon be open. There's a story on the Canada visa snob. You remember the national security advisor said Canada can go to hell, and I felt that wasn't good language. And the story says that the federal government blows hot and waits response as embassy battles to defect criticisms. And the Minister of Interior, he expressed his strong disapproval of the embassy's action. Remember, it was some generals. Some were given, some were denied. I have a feeling that before the government reacts, find out what actually happened. If some were denied and some were given, then probably just statutory things, filling of forms and stuff like that. But the story here says that Nigeria is considering reciprocating. Okay. And some retired diplomats have weighed in, with some pointing to Nigeria's lack of senior representation in embassies as a contributing factor to the incident. An ex-diplomat, Mohammed Mabdul, said that the absence of ambassadors in Nigeria's embassies, including in Canada, have weakened the country's diplomatic presence. You know, we don't have ambassadors in a lot of these countries. But this is a whole lot of embarrassment, and I think it should be handled gingerly. The line to call, is this big line working now? It's not. So the line to call is what used to be the female line, 0201 465 7190. Let me read it out again. 0201 465 7190. And the WhatsApp line is 0809 597 5805. I think we have a first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning.
Morning.
Peter Monson is my name from Shogulu.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank God for the life of Pa Adebanjo.
Yes.
A true Nigerian, a unifier. Well, he has gone for his reward.
Yes.
When that man made me to understand that Nigeria is one and everybody should take the seat of power, I think he gained my respect. He gained everything I could give to him. And then finally, please, I want to believe that somebody that says the APC and Tinubu Buhari have brought disaster to Nigeria. Disaster in the power sector, disaster in the educational sector, disaster in health sector, disaster in our lives, in our businesses, disaster all over Nigeria. I can't wait for 2027 to come so that the hungry and angry Nigerians will vote. And they should stay apart, and judiciary should stay apart. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
All right, sir. You don't know which way the elections go. They say 24 hours in politics is a very long time. Let's take another call here. Hello, good morning.
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. I want to respond in respect of Minister Ifeanyi Chukwu calling from Lagos.
Yes.
Hello?
Please go
What
on.
happened at all this Adebanjo? I'm very, very sad for his demise, in as much as he was unable to, actualize his dream for a better Nigeria. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
And secondly, I want to respond in terms of Nigeria economic situation. It's getting very, very rough. Very, very rough. Very, very rough. And there's no hope on the side. I don't even know what these people advise what they're doing to make things better. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes, good morning.
Uncle Jimmy.
Go on, please.
Okay, this is Uzoma.
Yes, sir.
In fact, I miss Pa Adebanjo so much.
Yes.
Because I watched him last year as he was talking, almost crying about the condition of Nigeria. I watched him. He was almost crying. So he's a true elder statesman and a legend. Yes. I miss him so much. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen. I'm going to make an attempt to see if I can bring any of his children here to the studio so we can get to know a bit more about him. Okay? Hello, good morning. Hello, morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Wow. Nigeria and the Yoruba race have lost a man who lived his life to the fullest. These are men that have serious conviction, and they stood by that conviction until they dropped the baton. I thank God for his life. I'm talking about Pa Adebanjo. He lived a good life. And you see, sir, there are men that can be corrupt. And I see you in one of the leagues of those men. Nothing can buy their loyalty over as long as it's for a good cause. Thank God for his life.
Yeah.
Thank God. All right, sir.
Okay.
Bye-bye, sir.
All right. I think we can take one more. Can we take one more? Okay, one more call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Yeah, this is the merchant man.
Yes.
I'm happy to contribute in your program this morning.
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy, I felt so terrible when I heard the news about the demise of Pa Ayo Adebanjo. I felt so bad because this is one of the people I know in Nigeria who actually dreamt, who actually lived to see that Nigeria of their choice or Nigeria of their vision, of their dream come in play. His position, everybody knew it before and after 2023 general elections. After that election, I didn't hear from him again. I was so worried that this man is no longer speaking. And I never knew he was battling with the condition that has put him into demise.
Okay, thank you very much. Your 1 minute is up. Thank you very much. We're going to go on break now, but before we do that, I'd like to wish Joko Kukwe, my old friend from way back, Joko Kukwe. He's 60 today. I'd like to wish him a happy birthday. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
For a decade, the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon has been more than just a race. It's been a collection of stories of ordinary people achieving the extraordinary. Every stride taken has created unforgettable memories. Memories of triumph, purpose, and shared experiences. With each step, runners have sparked passion that ignites, moments that last a lifetime, strides that leave a legacy. Join us as we celebrate a decade of running, purpose, and progress at the 10th anniversary of the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. Register today at accessbankplc.com/marathon and be a part of the journey where every step becomes a story to remember.
The Access Bank Lagos City Marathon celebrated 10 years of running. See you at the starting line.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, BAM, on the pack. Is it the same Milo? No, this one is new and improved. The support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school. I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! The average Lagosian is always running, whether running for health, for business, running towards goals, or even running late, a race against time. At the end, we are all united in our race towards various goals. Keep running. Join the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon on the 15th of February 2025 and stay connected with Airtel, the official telco partner. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Are you a startup, a growing enterprise, or a global powerhouse? Verto helps you experience fast, frictionless global transactions. Need to receive money across continents? Just Verto it. With Verto, you can receive money from over 170 countries in the world and get paid in over 50 currencies, quickly and securely. Our borderless solutions empower startups and large enterprises globally. Effortlessly accept payments, streamline payouts, manage finances, automate financial tasks, and grow revenue. Verto. Cross-border payments simplified. Get started now at www.vertofx.com.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of cowbell. Cowbell contains Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Use cowbell in your tea, cereal, pap, and other meals of choice. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop, and easy to stir. Dishes come alive, there's so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up pouch.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
So much enough.
As we celebrate 10 years of 7-Up and Lagos City Marathon being in the game, we have to give it to Lagosians. We know all about running. To enter Danfo,
we run!
Small rain,
we run!
Sun,
we run!
Unnecessary billing,
we run!
This is Lagos, and we love running. So, whatever your reason for running this year, own your lane with 7-Up at the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon on the 15th of February. 7-Up, the diff is clear.
My children are athletes. From the moment they wake up, they keep playing and learning. So when I pack the new Milo NS snacks into their lunchbox, I'm giving them a delicious snack with the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and crunchy Niger-grown maize containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
Milo NS Snacks, snack of future champions to help your kids refuel and keep winning all day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Lagos, there is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. But this time, there is no fire. People are just running, okay? Get ready to make history. 1 decade after, we are still running stronger than ever. Lagos, if you're a runner, if you're an athlete, then this one is for you, okay? Are you set to hit the streets and create unforgettable memories at the 10th edition of the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon 2025? If your answer is yes, and you're as excited as I am, then join over 10,000 runners in the 42-kilometer and 10-kilometer races. Be a part of the historic moment that will leave a mark The book. Experience the excitement, the adrenaline, the personal achievements that come with being a part of this iconic event. See, you don't want to miss out on this one, okay? If you want to find out more, I have friends asking me all sorts of questions, then please go to www.accessbankplc.com/marathon, okay? And learn all the things that you need to know there. Learn more at www.accessbankplc.com/marathon and get ready to make this milestone edition one to remember. Remember, it's the Lagos City Marathon 2025 and it's proudly brought to you by Access Bank.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
And now, we are back on the Discourse with Jimi Disu.
Well, we are back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, and this is the part that I fear most when I'm doing newspaper review on my own. When we get to the entertainment pages, I'm not up to scratch in that area at all. So if I mispronounce a name or I don't understand what I'm saying, you will pardon me. But I will always ask. If I don't understand, I will ask. I never lay claim. Nobody knows everything. So let's go. Let's see what we can make out of what we have in the entertainment page. This is Saturday Beats. Reminds me of the good old Pa Ayo Adebanjo way back then in the Punch in the 80s. I wonder where he is now. But we have a new set of people, these pages. And what do we have here? Now, listen, I just read the headlines. For me to make a comment might be difficult. Funke Akindele here says that she loves intelligent men. And the story says that she has opened up about her passionate approach to love. She revealed that she is a lover girl who loves seriously and goes the extra mile for her lover. How far that mile is, I don't know. Nancy Isime, who is he? This is an actress and a media personality. Says that Valentine is just another day for me. There's no big deal. It's just another day. Pedro Johnson, I hope I got, she's an actress, says that my ex bought me and the side chick the same gift. There was a gift, a friend who owns a gift shop, and she said the Oga sent the driver to buy 5 of the same gifts, and they carefully labeled each one, and the driver knew where to take them. I found that Atlanta Bridget Johnson says that love is everywhere. Temidayo Babatunde says beauty not enough to succeed as an actress. Yes, we do have some successful ugly. I don't think beauty is a measurement for being a good actress, to be honest with you. It's how you can play the role, live the role. Two-Face's family alleges musician is missing as controversies over divorce, lawmakers, and romance rage. I don't want to go deep into that. I hope he just gets out of it and everybody is happy at the end of the day. Shanjot has advice for singles, and it says, investigate your partner's family before marriage. Or better still, maybe they should go back to the traditional system where they will do some native investigation and find out. Okay, so that we have that. Let me see. I think the Vanguard too has a social page, and usually these social pages are the center spread. The Vanguard uses the Punch as the center spread, but they still have the entertainment section here. And it says Valentine's Day 2025, Nollywood damsels reflect on celebration. Pritician Yakubu says no love again in our time. NC Song Daniel says I am single. I didn't have any special plan for the day. Why is he saying it now? If I said it before, I'm sure there are loads of guys who could have lined up to be a Valentine just for that day. Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate, not just romantic love. Joanne Johnson. All these names, I don't know them. Valadio Gomala hosts party watch for single ladies. And there's a movie coming, Isakaba remake. It's some movie that is coming out anytime from now. Yes, the entertainment still has a story on Tubaba's drama. Good news here for Burna Boy fans, and it says Burna Boy lands Billboard France's first cover ahead of No Sign of Weakness release. Okay, in Edo's heartfelt Valentine's Day message, Azuka Moweta task Ekobe Music Global. Thank God I don't read the news, honestly. I would have been fired a long time. Governor Abdul Razak's gender advocacy ends UN recognition. There's a story here also that talks about Herbert Wigwe's legacy, which is living on. And there's some other stories there. By the way, all things being equal, because these days it's difficult. In fact, I'm thinking about being quiet about who will come to the program until they actually arrive. So many things are in the way. But all things being equal, I have it on good authority that Femi Kuti will be here next week to promote his new album. Femi Kuti will be here. All things being equal will be here next week. But I'm going to be careful with the promo. My good friend Miwa Adetiba has also wrote that. I wanted to say has also written. Has also written his column. And I like the headline, because nobody lives forever. Because nobody lives forever. And Emmanuel Aziken, also in the Vanguard, says, as Two-Face starts the Fourth Republic, I think he's going through his fourth marriage. Okay, we all know what's happening in town today. 10th Access Bank Lagos City Marathon is taking place as we speak. The story says that they have 37,000 athletes have stormed Lagos for the marathon. I was going to join, but I had a small pain on my right leg, so that's why I'm here. But otherwise, by now I've gone past the Third Mainland Bridge. If I try that marathon, I won't. But congratulations in things like this, in things like the marathon, usually it's the participation that is the fun part, not so much winning. I think winning marathons has been reserved for Kenyans. I don't know how they'll build, but I don't know if my good friend Abe Akwachira is taking part this year. I think Abe will be 73 or 74, but he still has the energy to go up and down 10 floors until I drove him. I know the last marathon he was there, and I think it was about 72 then. Not, I didn't win, I don't even know if he completed it. But I know, like I said, the spirit is in trying and not so much in winning. This is another story here. How $700 million Delta Steel Company was sold for $30 million by BP. Sometime last week, Jennifer and I saw a story credited to the ICPC chairman who said that 3 times $100 million was allocated for an hospital to be built. And the money has been being paid for 3 times the same hospital, and yet as we speak, it has not been built in Nigeria. Money allocated 3 times, yet it hasn't been built. It's amazing. It's amazing. All of you know the story of the lecturer and the Unizik student. Well, the lady has been expelled from school. I don't know what the constitution is, but she's been expelled. I wish they had as much as maybe suspended her or given her a second yellow, like a warning and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, she's been expelled. I honestly don't know on which side of the divide I am who to blame, the lecturer or the student. But she's been expelled, and the lecturer is still at his desk, as the case may be. Okay, we are going to open up our lines again, and we will take some of the reactions, and in another 15 minutes I'll be out of here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. This man is from Nigeria.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Uncle Jimmy. Yes, yesterday when the news broke out, I told my wife, I said Nigeria have lost an icon.
Yes.
It's a great man indeed.
Yes.
So with the Almighty God give Nigeria the fortitude and the family to bear this unexpected and this painful loss. Thank you very much.
Hold on. Have you gone?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Do you think that, to be honest, do you think that Nigerians actually do appreciate people like Pa? Oh, we lost it. But this question is out there now for anybody. Do you think that we really do appreciate people when they are still alive? It's when they are gone you hear stories, Nigeria has lost this and lost that. But when they are alive, do you think that we really show appreciation to people who are principled in this manner? Because at least on the issue, or on this political issue of presidency or not, I think he was highly principled. You might find some other things to fault him with, but on this issue. But what kind of following did he have? Okay? What kind of following did he have? How many people stood up to identify with him? And to say that, don't forget, principle is a very strong, is a strong Yoruba whatever. For somebody like him to get up and say he thinks the presidency should go to the east, which I also believed, it's not an easy thing to say in public. Trust me. I can imagine the number of people who practically didn't like him for saying that, because there's all this story about Moshe Dibebere and all these other things that always come to play, instead of us to be really practical when it comes to things like this. Let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle JD.
Morning.
My condolences on the demise of Pa Adebanjo.
Yes.
But in response to your question, Uncle Jimmy, I strongly feel that we don't recognize or appreciate legends and gurus like Pa Adebanjo while they are alive.
Yeah.
We tend to applaud them for the societal impact they've made long when they are gone. And it shouldn't be so. I'd rather appreciate me while I'm alive, recognize what I do, and even when I'm gone, those things I have said or I have done will stand before me in front of posterity. But when you say you want to appreciate me while I'm gone, of what essence is it when you can't recognize what I've been doing while on earth? So we don't really celebrate our maestros. We don't. That's just the truth. It is when they are gone, we now start saying, so person, why didn't you identify with his project, with his plan, with his purpose while he was here? Yeah. So I agree 100% that as from now on, before people leave, they've made their mark in the sands of time. They've earned it. Give them their flowers, give them their medals, give them their crowns, give them their roses while they are alive. Yeah. Thank you very much, Uncle JD.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, Uncle JD.
Morning.
Yes, Senaka is my name from South Africa.
Yes.
You see, Uncle JD, your question is apt, but I want to say that there are people who identify with colossus like yourself, Pa Adebanjo, Dele Farotimi. The guy I met him, I poured out my heart to him. I tell Dele Farotimi that he's a hero.
Yeah.
You see, the fear I have is that we are gradually losing people who have stood up to be counted when it mattered most.
Yeah.
People like you may face criticism from those people who don't even understand who they are and where they are in the stream of time. But there are those who see people like you, Pa Adebanjo, Dele Farotimi, there are people who are in this school of thought, who are true patriots, who believe in equity, justice, and fairness.
Yeah.
Who will always say the truth no matter whose ox is God. Those people are the people that are still holding Nigeria, believe it or not. And as they continue to slip away and travel to the great beyond, my fear is those of us who are still living, the next generation, what will become of them?
Let me ask you a question. Do you see amongst the younger people, the 30s, don't forget that Pa Adebanjo didn't start activism when he was in his 90s.
At all. Yes, I read it.
Now, amongst the younger people, do you see any Adebanjos in the making?
Yes, of course. The Farotimi is one.
Adebanjo is not a young man.
At least, let's say middle-aged man.
He's a middle-aged man, yes.
Yes. And there are still people who are gradually coming up. Look, it's not easy, like you said, to stand up to be counted. For you to insist on the right thing to be done, in whatever circle you find yourself, it takes a lot of courage.
Yes.
And if you're not courageous enough, you will not be able to face those who like to follow the crowd. But we need to think and ponder. The likes of Adebanjo, your very self who's there in the studio, what are we learning from you? Is it just about, God will bless you, Uncle J.D., God will bless you, Uncle J.D.? What about following in the footsteps of Uncle J.D.? Pa Adebanjo? So that Nigeria of our dreams will come to reality someday. My condolences to the family. When I heard the news, it was like a bolt from the blue.
Okay, thank you very much. And I thank you for your contribution. The truth is that I always wonder how it becomes difficult for anybody, any matured person, to stand up for the truth. I've always wondered where that weakness comes from. And I've always believed, and I'm not going to go into any argument over anybody, that if 60 to 70% of us could stand up to the truth, we'll have a better society. But unfortunately, the most guilty of the lot are those who are deeply affected and get carried away by all other considerations, religious, tribal, and so on and so forth. I mean, what does it do to me if the president is my first cousin? The president is my first cousin. What does it do to me? Okay, so I have all the money. Where do I spend it? In what kind of environment? As I've become a lucky man and I have everything to myself and I can extend it to my immediate family, what about the others? When I'm showing off this wealth, riding my Rolls Royce, loading my house with servants, and so on and so forth. What does your mind tell you? What does your conscience tell you? I don't get it. I see it as a bit of a mental imbalance. What we have. As a mental, you go, you have resources, you bought an SUV, you sweep everybody off the road, you get to a function, you come out in all your might. Even worse when you're a leader. It's even worse when you're a leader. But traditional leader, when you come out in all the wealth and might, and the people you are leading, and you can see them, are in abject poverty. And you have the mindset to tell them to come and line up for 50 people to come and share one bag of rice. I don't get it. How I'm supposed to support somebody that I know is not competent, but just because we are from the same stock, or we went to the same school, or because he's my neighbor, or because he's my cousin. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. And heaven help us all in this country. May the soul of Pa Adebanjo rest in peace. It's 9:50. I think I can squeeze in just one more call, and that will be it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Speaking on UD6 students, Uncle Jim, when we are growing up, we are taught, culturally taught, and respectfully taught, that when we see the elders or anybody we respect. During my own time, I cannot see anybody coming while I was standing on the road, and I will still stand there waiting for the man to come and tap me and tell me excuse. It is not done. We are not brought up in that way. We have lost it in this Gen Z period. That girl need to be sent to the correctional place to get her corrected. You saw your lecturer coming. You see where they are taking your TikTok and this thing, waiting for him to now reach you and tap you and say excuse. Oh, that is lie.
Okay, very quickly, can I ask you? Very quickly, can I ask you?
Yes.
What about the lecturer tapping the girl? You know, these such things are considered as very sensitive. You don't think he has any blame in that?
There's no blame in that, sir. Because if she had seen her lecturer coming and shifted for him, he wouldn't have any right to tap him. It's when he has shifted out of the road and the lecturer come up to come and tap him, the lecturer will have blames. But for now, the girl is not cultured. It's not well trained. We should learn how to train our children. Wherever they are, they represent us well. Those are my speaking, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, much as I agree with the last caller, I believe that some kind of suspension might have been more appropriate. Expelling her from the school, I think, is a bit extreme. And whilst you want the lesson learned, what you might end up having is a very, very bitter person. But that's where I look at these things. I got to go. I'll be back on Tuesday, 7:30, when Sheriff and I start the ball rolling, and at 9 o'clock when we also move on. Sometime during the week, I'm going to try to see if I can bring any of Chief Adebanjo's children to come and tell us how the man's mind operated, if they know anything about that. And all things being equal, I think that Femi Kuti will be here this time next week. I apologize again for the Nelfond interview that we missed. I think there was some logistics problem, but we will sit on it. We'll keep our eyes on the ball. I support Nelfond to the hilt. I believe that this is one of the legacies that this present government will be leaving when it does vacate the scene, either now or whenever it does. And I also tell young people, please take advantage of these things that you have. Leave those who have elders. Let us handle the political side of it. Go get that loan and complete your education. Okay, thank you very much for being here. I miss Mrs. Adebanjo so badly. I miss her so badly. I'm going to try and see if I can get her to come one day for Diabumi. I also don't touch that dialogue, because another very interesting program is coming up on your favorite station. Good night.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.